Get ready to twist the grip on all the tire-smoking action of the EasyRiders Rodeo. The alchemy behind the art of chrome is revealed in this special EasyRiders Tech Tip.
Let's face it, everyone's blown plenty of paychecks to have their parts chromed, but what do you really get for all that money? We asked Gary McKenzie of South Bay Chrome to take us through the process step by step.
When we first receive a part, whether it be shipped or somebody brings it in, it goes into our receiving area, and from there one of our girls will take it out of the box, take a picture of it, identify all the parts, take an invoice with an invoice number and write in each one of the parts so that we can make sure the customer gets the same parts back that they sent in. At that point it goes into a basket. That basket is also marked, and then it'll go into different areas. If the part comes in and it's been chrome plated, then it will have to go through an acid strip. If it's steel, it'll go through a muriatic strip. If it is aluminum, it would go through a nitric acid strip. If it's been painted, they'll go into a special paint strip. It's a very strong paint strip. The paint will be removed, or coating. Sometimes it comes in coated. That will be removed in the same process. From that point, once it's all the coatings are taken off, it will then go into the polishing area. A lot of parts will come in that need to be ground, the numbers taken off of them, impurities that are really big gouge or something. Maybe the part had been laid down in a wreck or something and they need to be restructured. It would go to a detail man. The detail man then would take it, he'd get in all the recessed areas, finally cut all that out so that it's all nice and smooth. Then it would go to the polishers. Then the polishers take the whole part, polishing it all down so there's a very smooth, very shiny piece of metal. It's all prepared now for the plating process. A lot of people try to prepare the part for plating. We prefer them not to do that because they make mistakes and overcut areas that need not to be cut. They'll cut areas that maybe needed a gasket that should have never been touched, and that ruins the part. When they come out of the polishing and they're inspected, then they go up to the plater. The plater then will take it, he will wire it if it needs to be wired, or rack it, depends on the particular part. If it needs an anode placed into it, he'll do that. They'll take the part, put it into a very strong caustic cleaner, and they'll clean all the polishing compounds or any grease or oil that may have been left in the part will all then be out of it. Then the racks then will be put on it. It'll go into a rinse tank, rinsed, and depending on what type of metal it is, as to the particular process that it will go through. If it were an aluminum part, then it would go through a little different process. Because it's non-magnetic, it would have to go into a zincate first, or an electroless nickel. If it were a steel part, it would go through a copper nickel chrome. It would sit in copper for anywhere approximately 40 minutes to an hour, depending on whether it has a lot of impurities in it or something, because we want to fill as much as we can with that. From there, it will go back out into the polishing area, and it will be copper buffed, so it's a very bright look to it at that point. It goes back up the plate, and it goes through the cleaning process again, and then it goes into a nickel, either a semi-bright nickel or bright nickel, based on the part and what we're trying to accomplish with it. It'll stay in the nickel bath for approximately 40 minutes, or if it's a duplex, it'll stay 20 minutes in the semi-bright, 20 minutes in the bright. At that point, you'll have an anode, which is the titanium basket that carries the nickel metal in it. It will then plate from there through a rectifier onto the cathode, or the actual plated part, which is a negative. You have high current density areas on that part and low current density areas. On the high density areas, it would give anywhere from 3 to 4 thousandths thickness of nickel, and the low current density areas, which are the recessed parts, L-shaped, deep pocketed parts, it will take anywhere from 1.5 to 2 thousandths in that part. Once that is plated, it comes out, it is then rinsed, and then goes into the chrome process. The chrome process is a transparent process. It is a chrome metal, but it is a very transparent. It's very thin, put on approximately a minute to a minute and a half in that process. From there, when it comes out, then the product is complete. It then would go over to our receiving area again. It is all wiped down and cleaned off. We use a protectant that we manufacture here at South Bay Chrome. It is a sealer. It polishes and seals the part. It's non-abrasive. When our sealant is put on a chrome part, that probably doubles the life of it. Then it's wrapped up in special wrapping and shipped out to the customer. Chrome to me is the essence of Harley Davidson. It's steel, it's paint, and it's chrome. People are proud of their machines when they roll them down the street, and there's nothing that shows off a bike better than chrome.